I'm like most women in this country in that I worry about my body and the bits that are wobbly and the areas that need toning, but generally we get along okay. But if you're an anorexic sufferer, then all of those concerns are hugely magnified. 4 women who suffer with anorexia have bravely allowed us to follow them in their fight against this illness. Rachel, Rebecca, Fiona and Elaine are 4 ordinary girls who want to live ordinary lives. Under the guidance of Dr. Peter Rowan and dietitian Ursula Philpot, they're following a course of therapy designed to get them to confront and discuss their fears and anxieties.
One of the real gains of being anorexic for many of them is the sense of control that it gives them in a world which is otherwise feels very much out of control.
2 weeks in and they're going jean shopping. A simple task for most, but for them it's loaded with worry. Many anorexia sufferers fail to see their body as it really is. This task of trying on a pair of UK size 8 jeans is designed to bring them closer to reality.
Here, around my hips, it's so tight, I can feel a bulge. That is flesh, good and proper. Oh gosh, I really don't like looking at that.
When Rebecca looks at her tiny body, she sees a fat person staring back at her.
I can't look at anything and think, oh, I like that about myself, or that's really positive. I can just see this kind of big person.
A symptom of anorexia is that some sufferers see themselves as bigger than they actually are. This is called body dysmorphia. Signs are using mirrors to scrutinise their appearance or avoiding mirrors altogether. Repeated touching of the area they think is fat and using hands or posture to hide parts of their body they think look big.
There's been times when I felt as though I need to cut it off just so I can just be not so curvy. It just is completely, to me, unacceptable.
For some sufferers of anorexia, self-starvation is seen as a way of fending off the responsibilities of adulthood by trying to achieve a child's body. Recently diagnosed with anorexia, Rachel's dress size has plummeted to a shocking size 4, which is a US size 0, and the only clothes that will fit her are children's.
I feel really stupid in a way shopping at the children's section. When I put these jeans on, it really puts in perspective like how thin my body actually is in comparison to everyone else. So I know I just literally probably like a skeleton. I'm like a little child, I suppose. My body's just gone back to its child state.
Another seemingly simple task that raises extraordinary concerns for these girls is a trip to the supermarket.
Thoughts about being greedy or what other people might perceive as, you know, them being greedy for having more than a couple of items in the trolley, they'd find quite difficult.
On this visit, the girls are encouraged to talk about their food phobias.
I don't actually eat cheese, really. It's high in calories and full of fat.
Bread is very difficult for me to eat. I haven't eaten bread for a very long time.
It's been about 17 years since I've last ate a flake.
When I was at my most vulnerable, I did find it very difficult if the shop didn't have what I usually had, and I would sometimes come away with nothing.
As is common with anorexia sufferers, even the foods that do make their list must pass strict regulations, and the absence of a familiar item causes distress.
That's slightly concerning. The slice of brown bread that I'd normally have isn't here, so now it'd be a case of finding which one of these would be my next best option. See, this is good because it tells me what each slice contains, so that's always reassuring. That's 53, so that wouldn't be an option. 120, definitely not an option, that.
For Rebecca, food shopping is a numbers game.
1, 2, 3, 4, tell me that you love me more. 100 grams of this is 260. That's got 17. I've gone for the skim milk. It's only 75.
Rebecca's obsession with calories is so out of control, a trip to the supermarket can take up to 3 hours.
It gets tiring now. I just wish that I could walk into a supermarket and just pick anything up, not have to worry about the labels, just things that I'd enjoyed. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. 6 for 66 grams.
Later, having faced their shopping fears, the girls must confront their controlling eating habits when they are challenged to eat a full-fat cheese sandwich.
If I clear my plate now, I'll feel quite guilty about that, and that's when the whole anxiety and punishment will set in.
It's been 6 weeks since Georgetta and Ameer left the feeding clinic to start their new healthy diet plans. Georgetta has started her first year at university, and her newfound freedom means she's taking more responsibility for her diet.
I think I do feel more grown up now, yeah, obviously because I'm living on my own, I have to do everything for myself, whereas before I was very dependent on my mum really, she did kind of do everything for me.
By increasing her portion sizes, eating 3 meals a day and snacking regularly, Georgetta is on the right track to a healthier body.
I do definitely snack a lot more now. I have like things like yoghurt, cereal bars, bananas, just fruit in general. So I always make sure I bring a snack with me for when I'm out and about, because that's something that I didn't do before, I'd kind of forget.
Georgetta has definitely found her appetite and is now managing to put away a healthier intake of up to 2,000 calories a day. Before the swap, Georgetta's diet was so bad she suffered irregular periods. But since following her healthy eating plan, things have changed.
I've actually had a period as well, which for me is quite a big thing.
And with modelling behind her, Georgetta is moving on.
I definitely feel like it's a new chapter of my life, so I'm just going to try really hard at it, and yeah, hopefully I'll put on lots of weight.
Ameer's been following his new regime too, starting each day with a proper breakfast.
It's surprising that a bowl of cereal or some toast actually does work. I don't actually feel hungry about 11 o'clock, you know. It's normally 12, 12:30, 1-ish where I feel hungry. And then when I do go for lunch, I don't need to have like a 2 or 3 course meal.
And snackaholic Ameer has found a healthier alternative to fight his cravings for chocolate and crisps.
And since I've stopped, I haven't actually missed them. It was more habitual than a need. So in that respect, it hasn't been that difficult at all, really.
And instead of tucking into takeaways, he's been getting busy in the kitchen.
It tastes darn good, even if I do say so myself.
And the new Ameer is even feeling more optimistic about romance.
Maybe, you know, when I've lost a little bit more weight and I'm more in shape, then she may drop out of heaven.
Fiona, Elaine, Rachel and Rebecca, 4 ordinary girls chasing ordinary lives as they undergo therapy for anorexia. Under the guidance of dietitian Ursula Philpot, they've been food shopping to address their feelings around food.
120, definitely not an option, that.
Many anorexics suffer from distorted ideas about portion size, so their next task aims to address this.
We're here now to look at increasing the calories that you've had in your lunch and making it more of a usual lunch, so we've decided on cheese sandwiches.
Ursula shows the girls a healthy portion for lunch.
Cover the bread with a reasonably thick slice.
When Ursula was showing what the actual portion size is, each time she put on some more cheese, I was like, oh, that has to be the last bit now, just stop. I wasn't expecting that amount of brie. I thought it'd just be one cut and spread, like you do with butter, so that's...
It wasn't what you were expecting.
No.
I was really looking forward to it. That's kind of my heart's going boom, 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 boom. I have not had a sandwich for about 2 years now. So eating a big sandwich today, it's a big challenge. It's just more than I'd usually eat in a day, and it's like breaking the habit of either skipping lunch or just having a salad.
That is a normal brie sandwich. And I know that sometimes when you've got eating disorders, your idea of a normal portion or what a normal filling is gets quite distorted, doesn't it? Yeah. But that is quite normal.
The girls now have to make their own cheese sandwich, but still need Ursula's guidance to break old habits.
So Fiona, just looking at the end there, yours is actually quite thin at that end. Do you want to just put a little bit more on just down this end, and that's it? Yeah, that looks good, Elaine. Yours is quite thin if you compare it to mine. What's your thoughts?
I think I'm trying to flatten it out because, to me, if it's squashed down, it's less.
Sandwiches made, but the hardest part is still to come, eating them.
And just let me know Any thoughts or feelings you've got?
Okay, I've noticed that before I ate it, I squashed it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
It is very common for anorexics to have methodical ways of eating a meal. Squashing food down, hiding parts of the meal, cutting it up to small amounts, using a teaspoon to eat with, and breaking small amounts off are all habits they find hard to break.
I enjoyed it. It was very nice, actually.
They have managed to finish their sandwiches, but Rebecca is still struggling to leave a clean plate.
If I clear my plate now, I'll feel quite guilty about that, and that's when the whole anxiety and punishment will set in. I did feel a little bit unhappy with myself and just disappointed that I couldn't manage to eat 3 grapes.
Although all the girls still have a long way to go, just finishing a cheese sandwich is a huge step for them on their road to recovery.
Today I do feel nicely full after that sandwich, and I presume that's how you're meant to feel after lunch. I haven't had that feeling for quite a while.
I just feel content and quite satisfied, really, and pleased that I'd managed to eat the cheese sandwich and actually enjoy it.
If you've been affected by any of the issues raised in this programme, go to channel4.com/health.
12 weeks ago, Superskinny Georgetta and Supersize Ameer swapped diets in a mission to change their bad eating habits for good. But has it worked? Before their final weigh-in, they're reunited.
Hi! Oh my God, you look amazing. Wow, yeah, and I can definitely see the difference as well.
Seriously?
Yeah, definitely.
How do you think Georgie's looking as well?
She's looking great, to be honest with you.
You notice some differences?
Yeah, definitely.
But only the scales can tell the true story. 12 weeks ago, Superskinny Georgetta was just 7 stone 10 pounds.
And whatever it is that you've been doing has been doing it, because you have gone up. You're now 7 stone 12. So you put on 2 pounds. It's working.
Yeah.
It's only 3 months down the line.
Yeah.
So it is all changing for the better, and you're feeling better.
Yeah, definitely.
Georgetta has also put on some much-needed inches. Her waist is 3 inches bigger. Her thighs have gained 2 inches, and her arms have increased by 1 inch. A total gain of 6 inches. Before, Ameer clocked in at 28 stone 3 pounds.
Well, you're now 27 stone 1, which means you've lost over a stone. You've lost 1.2 stones.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh.
Now look at your face. So that's not bad, better than you thought.
A lot better than I thought.
So despite all those difficulties and the ups and downs, whatever it was that you decided to do, worked.
Ameer has also lost a staggering 3 inches off his arms, 2 inches off his waist, and 2 inches off his legs, which is a total loss of 7 inches.
Listen, I'm really pleased with the both of you, because you've both done little things that actually you haven't found too difficult to achieve, have you? No. And you are feeling better, and the figures are going the right way, so I'm delighted. Thank you both.
A lot of people have commented that I look a lot better. They say that I seem like I've got a lot more energy now. That's definitely given me a lot of confidence, and I just feel happier in myself, really, now. It's just kind of more of a way of life now, just eating more, make it more of a priority, and, you know, obviously it has paid off because I've put on some weight, so, yeah, really pleased.
When I found out how much weight I had lost, I was absolutely elated with it. It was fantastic news. I wasn't expecting it. So it's just given me the motivation to carry on and just go on losing and be a loser. The first time it's good to be a loser. In a year's time, I hope to be 3 stone lighter, first of all. Maybe a woman, I don't know, I could be married by then, who knows. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned.